As you can see, I've got a lemon, I've got a zester, I've got a juicer, and what? An egg? What the hell am I gonna do with this egg? Welcome back to another episode of Mixology and Mortgages with the HatchMan. Today, I want to talk to you about why you should not buy a house in this market. I'm going to give you some alternatives and we're going to run some numbers and we're going to use math to get real. So let's get into it. You've decided that interest rates are too high for you, that you don't want to buy in this market. Well, that's cool. That's fine. Don't do it. Let's look at your alternatives, right? If you're not going to purchase a home, you obviously need to live somewhere. First alternative, more than likely, is renting. So let's take a look at rent. I'm going to use median numbers, which I typically don't do, but for our purposes today, it's something that does make sense. But if you want to run your specific scenario by me, I'd be happy to do it. But anyway, for today, we're going to look at the median sales price. So I live here in Queen Creek. The median rental in Queen Creek, and keep in mind, this is for an apartment. I couldn't find a ton of data on like home rentals because sometimes it's just, person to person. It's tough to find data on that. So what I was able to find is your average rent for an apartment here in Queen Creek. Keep in mind that this apartment is going to be right around 984 square feet, so less than 1,000 square foot apartment, $2,032 per month. So that's what you can expect to pay for an apartment. Again, if you're going to be renting a house bigger than 1,000 square feet, you can expect to pay more. Let's take a look at the math, right? So at $2,032 a month, if you add it all up, it is $24,384 over the course of 1 year that you are spending on rent. It is going to your landlord. It is going to the apartment complex. It is money that you are spending. It is gone. You might get your security deposit back, things like that, but that money, just over 24 grand is gone for you to live in someone else's house for a year. Comparatively, let's take a look at a home purchase. The median sales price in Queen Creek right now is $685,000. It's a little ridiculous to compare a $685,000 house to a 984 square foot apartment. Obviously, those are two very different things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that median sales price in half. Let's call it $350,000. I think a $350,000 purchase price compared to a 984 square foot apartment is a little more reasonable. So let's run those numbers. 350 grand. Let's say you don't have a down payment, you have no money to purchase this home. So we're gonna use a down payment assistance program. Those interest rates are a little bit higher, but we have one right now that can give you up to 5% of the loan amount, 3.5% down. So again, it's enough to cover pretty much all of your closing costs as well as the down payment itself. In fact, I just had a client use this program and didn't spend any money out of pocket. Got his appraisal money back as well as the earnest money deposit. So anyway, so let's say $350,000 price, you're gonna use down payment assistance. Interest rate on that is like 6.125% as of today, mid-July right now. Let's take a look at what that payment looks like. So I did a calculation with taxes, estimate taxes, insurance, and mortgage insurance, because that's all included in the payment. Money that's gonna leave your pocket every single month on a $350,000 purchase price using down payment assistance. You can expect that payment to be $2,545 per month. I already know what you're thinking, Braden, that's $500 more than the apartment rent that you quoted me. So it's already a better deal to rent than it is to buy. Well, let's see. We already know that you're paying just over $24,000 to rent that apartment, and it's money that's gone. Now let's talk about the money you're gonna spend on that monthly payment. So over the course of a year, you're gonna spend just over $30,000, $30,540 over the course of that year, which is obviously a lot more than $24,000. So we're spending more money because obviously the payment's higher. Well, let's dive a little deeper. On top of that, we are paying money towards the principal balance of your loan. So your loan balance is going down. It's going to reduce by about $4,123. Now, the other thing you have to take into consideration is appreciation. We've spoken in other videos how with our current market environment, appreciation is not going to be 20%. It's not going to be 15%. Honestly, it may not even be 7 or 8%. So let's call it 6. Let's say homes are not going to appreciate anywhere near what they have in the last couple of years. So again, I like to look at worst case scenarios because I like to be real. So let's just say they earn 6% over the course of a year. So let's look at that on your $350,000 purchase price. Keep in mind you're financing less than that because of the down payment. So your loan amount's like $345,000 roughly. Paying towards principal, we have appreciation. Well, now that home is worth around $371,000. It went up $21,000 in value over the course of 1 year, and you've paid the loan balance down principal just over $4 grand. So you have earned $27,400 in equity. Let's say you don't like that house, you're done with it, you want to sell it. You can walk away probably breaking even in that scenario. So again, does it make sense to stay there for a whole year to rent? If you rent, that money's gone no matter what. If you buy and then sell, you break even. You just saved 25 grand. So that's kind of an extreme example there, but the point is you have to look at all of the factors, right? You can't just look at the monthly payment. You have to look at what that monthly payment is going to do to your long-term wealth. Because again, this will continue to rise. As you continue to stay in the home, you're making payments, you're chipping that loan balance down, equity is continuously rising in your home, so your home's worth more, you owe less on it. By the time you're ready to sell, you can make a nice little chunk of change. Whereas on a rental property, you're paying money every single month. You don't own it, so it's just going down, it's going down. That's money out the door, it's lost, it's never coming back. So you have to find other ways to make yourself money. So this is just one of the many, many benefits of home ownership. Again, if you don't think it's possible, I mean, these were down payment assistance. These are real numbers I'm using, real median prices here in Queen Creek, Arizona. So don't buy that house. If you want to rent, throw your money away. It's all good. Here's your other option. If you don't want to purchase a home, you can always look at living with family, living with a friend, bumming on someone's couch. You know, that's always a good idea, right? Your other option is just be homeless. Just go living under a bridge, live in your car. So those are your options, guys. Sorry, a little extreme there. In all seriousness, the whole point of this is to show you the value that really comes with home ownership. It is a smart move, even when interest rates are in the sixes. From this example right here, even after 1 year, you know, breaking even, but not losing money. Keep in mind, when you're renting, you're paying 100% interest. All of that money's gone. You're never gonna see it again. So keep that in mind. Now, I got a fun one for you today for this cocktail. I just came up with this on the fly. Sometimes I get in a little creative mode and I thought this would be a good cocktail. I've been doing a ton with like whiskey and mezcal lately. So we're gonna do a gin-based cocktail today. So this one I call the SuperMoon HatchMan original cocktail. Should be pretty fun. My wife is probably gonna love this one. It's got a lot of citrus, a lot of good flavors in it. So let's get to it, man. Let's have some fun. This will be a shaken cocktail. We're gonna have a couple new techniques in this one that I haven't shown you before. So as you can see, I've got a lemon, I've got a zester, I've got a juicer, and what? Got an egg? What the hell am I gonna do with this egg? You can use egg whites in cocktails to create a little foam. It's a lot of fun. So we're gonna start with gin. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I like gin, honestly, by itself, but for our purposes today, any kind of gin you got laying around, we're gonna use 1.5 ounces of it. Let's get that in there. All right. Bing. Lemon liqueur. It's pink for some reason, I don't know why. We're gonna use a 1/2 ounce of that. I just happen to have this in the pantry. Sometimes I make cocktails just to get rid of some of the, you know, stuff I got lying around. And then this I just picked up. This is why I'm calling it the SuperMoon. It's an acai liqueur. Acai is a superfruit. It's actually amazing if you've never had an acai bowl. I have them all the time. I love them. They have tons of good health benefits. So we're gonna put some of this superfood alcohol in this cocktail. And then a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Slice my lemon here. You know me, I don't like to measure the lemons, so half a lemon's about a 1/2 ounce, close enough. Whoop, it's going everywhere. And then we have these ginger bitters. So these are really good. They're from Hella Bitters, hella cool name. But we're gonna get 3 dashes of ginger bitters in here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then here's where the egg white comes into play. We are going to crack this, pour the egg white in, toss out the yolk and the shell, obviously. So we'll just egg white. Right, man, I feel like I'm cooking now. Boom. Okay, we got the egg white in there. And then we're just gonna shake it up, as always. Shake this up with ice. Nice and shaken. We're gonna pour this in the coupe glass because they are pretty, oh shit, I almost dropped that. This thing is cold. This thing is pretty. So here's what's cool about the egg white. It just gives it that little like foamy layer on there. So check this out. This little foamy layer, I don't know if you can see that. That is pretty. Now here is where the moon comes into play. I get fancy every once in a while. So take a coaster, put it on the top of the glass, and then we're gonna take our lemon and we're gonna zest it over the top here on the parts that are exposed. Take that away now. It makes a little crescent moon action going on there. So there you have it, guys. Every once in a while I like to get a little fancy. So there we have it, the SuperMoon. So enjoy. And again, if you have any questions on any of these numbers, you want to run your personal situation, you're thinking of buying versus renting, I've got a cool tool that can break it down the numbers for you for your specific situation. But cheers, and have a great rest of the day.